well.
Call this meeting to order.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Chair, roll call.
Doug,
Here.
Karen, John,
Here.
Jerry, Mike.
Here.
Okay, we will start off with a citizen comment if anybody has anything to say. Anybody online?
I don't see anyone online.
I'd like to just, on behalf of the Butte County Energy District, thank the city and staff for helping participate in the call that we hosted this morning. We took attendees over to the Tennis Lane Water Tower site to look at the solar array and discuss the city's power purchase agreement. And then Annette and Karen were kind enough to open up the space to host a little meet and greet afterwards. So just want to appreciate that.
Awesome, great, thank you.
John, can we get a motion to approve?
Oh, yes, we'll need a motion to approve the agenda first. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Doug, aye?
Karen, aye.
John, aye.
My guy.
All right, I gotta repeat that over. Then I need a motion to approve the consent agenda. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Second, Doug, aye.
Karen, aye.
John, aye. Jerry, aye.
My guy.
All right, Stacy, any monthly update there for Park and Rec?
Yeah, I guess first with the update itself, do you guys have any questions on that? Our memberships are starting to crawl back up. We've actually had, I think, 11 more memberships than what's on there since I did this report at the end of last week. So we're definitely climbing back. It made things that way, but
700 your goal.
absolutely.
That's great.
Anything on the update for Stacy?
Do anything different for the volleyball league or just, you think just got the word out?
It's honestly 100% word of mouth. I can't take much credit other than that. It's been impressively successful. However, I'm also flirting with closing the gym a lot because of it. So we had, in the past, I'd say average was around 24 teams, I would say, so that I was able to just close 2 courts, leave 1 court open at all times. So that Sunday, we didn't technically ever close any courts. This year we had, I actually opened 3rd to 4th grade, which is tonight, so 8 teams there, so 8 more teams than usual, and then 36 teams on Sunday. So I did end up doing all 3 courts on Sunday morning to get all the games in the morning so that courts are open in the afternoon. So yeah, no, it's just word of mouth and everyone, I mean, it's very, I mean, when I say rec league, I mean rec league is just a chance for them to just kind of get used to playing before a lot of club starts, so.
Thanks. Else? Okay, we got a couple other things on here with the possible projects.
Yes, so last meeting I came to, obviously I told you about the grant that we received. We kind of put a wish list together. There's been a lot of discussion on where we should put money, where we shouldn't put money. Obviously there's a lot of projects we talked about with RDG and that kind of stuff, but it was kind of thought that some of the stuff, it would be awesome addition to the center, some of which, a lot of which were affected by COVID. So it's kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. The top half of the sheet that I had attached were things that I was gonna move forward with very soon, some of which I already moved forward with. Mainly the access point in the fitness room, just for more internet throughout the building. But wanted to get your guys' kind of thoughts on the initial list on what you think, if we're moving in the right direction, I guess.
Just a draw down the complete amount that was.
Yeah, so the top part is around 60,000. So obviously you do the math, there's no way we can do everything on the bottom part. So kind
What
of
was the total amount again?
129,000 and change. So a little less than half for the top of the stuff.
I like the golf simulator.
We talked in depth about the golf simulator, like it's definitely a real possibility. Just kind of- I think it'd be a good addition, we're just trying to figure out.
Well, so where would you put that?
Dun, 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 that was the kicker. So I think if we move to it, the room for golf simulator, which would be the racquetball court, one of the racquetball courts, taking one of the racquetball courts and making it into a essentially home for golf simulator / putting green / hangout area for people to be able to.
How much does racquetball courts get used?
There was a day when I was here that I said we would never do that. Not enough for me to no longer say that. Like I'm comfortable saying that I think we could take one and get away with it.
Where would you put the bleachers? In the back, Jim? What's your vision?
Yeah, so the only wall that we have all block. So right now where we have on the back gym, where we have like the score table usually and the team table, that wall. So essentially we would flip it. So it would be that wall bleachers. So we no longer have to set up chairs every week when we have tournaments. And then on the other side, we do team. So we do them.
Did you ever consider putting bleachers for those situations in the front two courts?
I don't know how. Yes, 100%. But there's no good way because on one we have doors, on the other we have windows. So we could do it for like the main court, like, so when this was drawing like the blueprints of this building, they had bleachers on that wall in between like the main gym and the back gym. And then on the wall like of the equipment room on this side right out here. So there's bleachers for the main court. We never use the main court for tournaments, so that wouldn't help us at all. We use the two side courts. And so this one we have all windows. This one we have doors for racquetball, fitness. So there's not enough room to do anything.
I guess I was thinking of more of temporary bleachers.
Yeah,
Nothing
and I
new.
don't know how we move them in and out, where we put them in. Yes, we've thought about it. I have thought about it.
That looks like there's a couple of sleepless nights. I think it looks good. I mean, I like the golf simulator myself, but there's
Yeah, I think that'd be-
more appropriate thing.
Yeah. Walking track, is that starting to get, that's,
No, that was just kind of, I asked Ty and Vic to kind of just throw out stuff that whatever. We have walking track to get redone. I want to say it's in the comp plan. I want to say within the next 2 or 3 years. So I would say if anything, that was more of a, to get an accurate number versus actually doing with this money. I mean, I think that it looks, I don't want to say it looks new, but it doesn't look
Yeah.
as bad as it could.
the curtains for the gym windows would be good. I mean, that's not a lot of money, but we've had some experience there with sun at different times, right? Being
Yeah, yeah.
challenged, right?
Maybe that's something else. I don't know, probably like setting out a lot of money, but control, if you're in tournaments, controlling that sun in those light in those windows are challenging. I know we've,
No. Especially up.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I don't know how to do is the diamond ones. I mean, I know what we do for pickleball, but I don't know that
those work.
I know they work, but they block out all the sun. But any sun coming through? No. No.
No, I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
There's gotta be something, right? There has to be something out
Or a triangle window, or something you could do.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it looks good. A lot of good stuff.
Anything else?
As far as me moving forward with this stuff and approving funds and that kind of stuff, what is the direction? Maybe this is a you question, is it move forward with, we're good with me approving big ticket items and kind of rolling with this since we got the money?
I'm okay with everything that she's got on top that's good with the council.
Yeah, I think.
You just have to figure out what you want on the bottom.
Yeah.
what's the budget.
And I think that's just a bigger discussion, but okay.
Maybe you could prioritize them.
Yep.
All right. And then you want to go over that facility utilization summary?
I mean, I think this kind of details, obviously, I think the biggest thing, obviously, you see our membership usage going up. That makes sense, obviously, as the winter gets here, that continue to climb. Day passes, hopefully that number continues to climb. Thing, like, I mean, you see the upward trend, but that just, it makes sense, right? We know the winter is busier at the center, and the numbers show that. Programming, kind of already talked about girls volleyball and the teams that registered for it. Banquet room still have pretty much events every weekend, so that's still going strong. We'll start to kind of fall off here December, January, but right now we're still doing well. And then meeting room / city hall doesn't show a lot more bookings, but we're getting a lot more birthday parties, baby showers, bridal showers that we do in between all the tournaments, because I book off the meeting room when we have tournaments, so we're not allowed to obviously be in there. So we're still doing just as many with less availability essentially. So that's good too. Everything's kind of picking up.
So back to tournaments, volleyball tournaments, basketball tournaments, how many do you plan on doing each month?
I mean, so
I know what you can do every month, but how many are you
yeah,
planning on?
so, I mean, obviously, so yeah, I've said it before, right? We have one a weekend, either one Saturday or Sunday of the weekend. There was some that I took to the board that we were planning double weekends, so we definitely have some weekends where we have Saturday, Sunday. I have a better answer.
It's a tough situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have another one who contacted me Monday, wanting, so as of right now, we have it through end of March. Wants the first weekend in March, or in April, Saturday, Sunday. From, I mean, 8 to 6, I think was what he wants. And so, yeah, just playing with that, like, I'm like, is there any way you can go down to 1 court, is there any way you can do 2 courts, so we can leave this open? And so I'm trying to work with them, trying to figure out a way that we can keep at least a gym open.
Well, when you get to April though, I don't think it's nearly as pressing,
Things start to change.
right? Weather starts to change, people start getting outside again. I don't know. Then again, we could also get 9 inches of snow.
I mean, it's a balancing act. I continue to play. I mean, I still could have every Saturday, Sunday booked like that. So hopefully we'll just kind of take it. Haven't heard any complaints yet after, I mean, obviously this past weekend we had Saturday tournament all day, and then Sunday we had volleyball league. This weekend's a mirror image, same exact thing, basketball tournament Saturday, volleyball league Sunday.
How
So
late's that volleyball league Sunday go?
5 weeks.
No, how late in the day?
Oh, yeah, last game's at 12:15, so 1:15.
Anything else for Stacy? All right, we'll move on to the police report.
I wish I had more better news for you guys with the cops grant. Haven't heard anything on that yet. And the other one is the new car purchase. Haven't heard anything on that yet. Wish I had better news for you. Other than that, just Halloween weekend, we had trick or treating. Officers went out, handed out candy. It sounded like everything went really well for that, and just minor issues for that. But other than that, I got nothing else for you.
Do you have any update when they may have an answer for that grant?
Yeah, we're supposed to have an answer before December 31st is
Okay.
what that email said. And that's in this right here in the report also, that sometime before December 31st, that's all I know.
Do you have a theory on why the calls for service are higher now than they were 16?
Yeah, a couple theories I guess on it. One, we switched over to SunGuard, which allows officers to generate their own. It's what I believe is accurate. It's more accurate than the way previous administration has done it. I don't think they were counting some of the calls. The other reason is that previous administration / officers weren't fully doing the job like we're doing now. They were off on leave or whatever for a couple of years. And I think that has a big part of it too. There's only one officer that was relatively taking the calls at that time. So that's a big reason of it.
Anybody else? Karen? No? All right, Mike, you're off the hook. You pretty easy there. Dean?
Yeah, nothing to really add to the monthly report, but if anybody's got any questions, I can try to answer them for you.
See anything? The caulking the windows at the police station, is that just a one-time deal or just?
Up in the dormer, it's just a
That
maintenance
vestibule
issue.
area up there, yeah, they were leaking up there.
Probably gonna be up every couple of years. You know,
Nothing major?
I can't really,
Still got
I'm pretty sure that resolved it though.
I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out.
It was really wet up there. Is it better?
Pardon?
It was really wet up there in that little cupola area or whatever. Getting better with that. Some
Yeah,
kind of.
moisture was seeping in and then we were having some spots on the drop ceiling there.
Yeah.
So it came to a conclusion that you could see, you could, put your finger through the caulk up above. So Dean.
That was basically where the flashing and the
Right.
roofing meets the caulking. There's always gonna be movement there, so it's never gonna be a forever thing. I mean, as far as caulking it, it's gonna be a maintenance issue like everything else.
Anybody else? Okay. We will move on to the payment number 14. Wastewater treatment facility. Questions? And you're okay with this?
I do have an objection against, line item number 13. They're looking to be paid in full for the asphalt paving. Rejected the first paving portion of it. They came in and resurfaced it, and I called them out on it again and told them I wasn't happy with it. I've not gotten yet a response from them, so I disapprove of the additional 23.5 on the payment, on the second payment, on the final payment.
Originally, it was just supposed to be 23.5.
No.
It was always supposed to be.
Payment in full was supposed to be 47,000. We paid them half because of not approving in full the first payment due to the fact that they agreed to come in and mill and resurface. So then they only asked for half payment.
So they didn't do that, or they didn't do
They
it?
came in and they milled it and they resurfaced it, but it doesn't look any better.
And I'm assuming they're aware of that?
They are aware of it. Yep.
Any responses from them?
I have not gotten a response from them.
I guess we're short of $23,000. I don't get a response out of
That's what we can do. We short.
I would recommend not paying it.
Just short 23.5.
Okay, that's a little bit more difficult than that though, because the EDA grant, they're already working on that. So can we maybe push this off to the next meeting? I would rather have this correct than be goofing around with. Because 23.5, the payment's only like 80,000, so that's a third of the payment. You know what I'm saying?
Wait till the next meeting.
Wait till the next meeting, get it resolved, have it correct, have the EDA grant correct.
Yeah, if we can wait till the next meeting.
So I guess my question is, when you say get it resolved, you're saying
Get this
the
resolved,
payment resolved?
get the payment resolved,
Yeah.
or the issue resolved,
The issue won't get resolved.
then get the payment resolved.
Get this removed or corrected or whatever, come to an agreement that we're not gonna play at the 23.5.
Plan to be closed here.
week. That's why I say it's
But the payment can be resolved.
Do you need a motion then to table this, or?
Give a motion to table it until.
I'll make a motion to table. Second, Doug, aye. John, aye. Jerry, aye.
Karen, I.
Sorry,
Okay.
I thought I heard you. Sorry. All right. And we will go on to contract payment number 5 for Highway 20 lift station and force main project. I think we have a guest speaker for this one.
Yeah, so as you can see by the amount, not a whole lot of work occurred last month on site. Contractor was set back with some labor and material issues. So yeah, the total is $9,975. Recommended payment.
Dean, you have any,
no,
no concern?
I agree with the payment on the highway lift station project.
I'll second.
Karen, I.
John, aye. Jerry, aye.
Okay.
All right, then we will go to the contract payment number 2 for Enterprise Drive and Gravity Sewer Project.
Yeah, so this total a little more substantial than the last. Contractor has, I would say, probably 80% of the sanitary sewer installed on this project down Enterprise Drive. I'm sure you all have seen the equipment parked out there. I have no issues with confirmed quantities with our field inspector and the reservations.
Dean?
I agree to the payment as well. Also, to elaborate on those projects a little bit, I don't foresee that we're gonna see a completion of the project on Enterprise Drive. Due to the fact that they were pushed back on materials, manholes, piping. At least that's was the driving excuse that we received. Therefore, we asked that they stop an appropriate place for the season, hoping to see them get down 1 lift of asphalt. At least, you know, we're not plowing rock around all winter, and then come back and complete it in the spring. So.
That seemed doable in your conversation?
Yeah, yep. But again, I mean, I've reached out to River City and asked for their response on that, and since the incident up at the wastewater treatment plant, I have not received any information on that either. But I'll stay in touch with the general contractors. I mean, that's a sub of the general, so I'll just stay in touch with them.
Make a motion to approve the contract payment number 2 for Enterprise Drive and Gravity Sewer Project.
No second.
Doug, aye.
Karen, I.
John, aye.
Okay.
All right, now we need to talk about the public hearing, setting that public hearing date for Thunder Valley Estates for rezoning.
The rezoning went before the planning and zoning commission. Jumbo Coffee has a drive-through. C1 does not allow that. So it was decided to rezone that entire area as a C2 to accommodate the drive-through. I'm sure they're not going to be the only business that has that drive-through component of it. So at this point, it's a recommendation from planning and zoning to the council to recommend to move forward with the public hearing on the 23rd. Let's set that public hearing.
I'll make a motion to set the public hearing for the 23rd.
Yes.
Doug, aye.
Karen, I.
John, aye.
Mike, I.
Now we'll get into some resolutions. Really obligating some funds. You want to give a narrative on this stuff here?
Actually, this is an annual appropriation, so it's just an exercise that we go through every year to set aside those funds to meet the agreement terms.
Somebody have any questions?
I'll make a motion for Barry Plastics.
I'll second. Doug, aye.
Jen, I.
John, aye.
Gary, aye.
Mike, aye.
I'll make a motion for Fairway Stores.
Second.
Doug, aye.
Jen, I.
John, aye.
Jerry, aye.
Mike, aye.
I'll make a motion for Hetzke.
I'll second. Doug, aye.
Jen, I.
John, aye.
Gary, aye.
Mike, aye.
Who made that motion, or Jerry made the motion, who seconded that? John, thank you. Okay, I'm ready.
I'll make a motion for Spiegel Family Real Company Infrastructure Reimbursement. Second. Doug, aye. John, aye.
Jerry, aye.
Mike, aye.
I'll make a motion for Petra Enterprises.
I'll second.
Doug, aye.
Jen, I.
John, aye.
Jerry, aye.
Mike, aye.
Thank you.
Anything other on that? Okay. So before we get to the last citizen comments, I guess I just want to say that we received Jim Merton's letter of resignation for the second term. Do you want to say that?
Yeah.
Second term? So he will not be in that position for work. Any citizen comment at this point? Anything online?
We discuss at the next meeting, setting the election.
Actually, we had discussion about that today, and I have a timeline that Jenny put together. That's all on the agenda for the next meeting. We're still on track for like January 25th date. We're within all of the timelines.
So that's planned.
Okay. No citizen comments? Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay.
Jen, I.
John, aye.
Mike, aye. Yeah, John.